So Rick, tell us about the cost and ease of access of it. It is available, actually, people don't know this, for prescription. Is that, have you have experience with that, trying to get it as a prescription, actually having a doctor write you a script for it? Or is that not realistic for guys to even bother asking their doctors?
If you get out to some of these rejuvenation clinics, they're going to give you whatever they can give you that's legal. So if it's there, they'll prescribe it to you. You just have to find the right rejuvenation clinic to do it. I don't mess with it, so I don't seek it out. As I've said on the podcast a bunch of times, the only things I kind of use now are testosterone and EQ. Don't really have a place for nandrolone in what I do now in my routine. So I haven't looked for it, but yeah, if it's available for human use in the U.S., you get the right rejuvenation clinic. In Florida, the East Coast is where most of the good ones are. They'll prescribe it for you. You know, you get a script for it. If you work with your doctor, you should be able to get it.
The price, guys, it's not expensive. You can run if you're running at 200 or 400 milligrams a week, I mean, you can run a 10, 12-week cycle of this stuff. I mean, probably not even $200. I mean, so it's not expensive at all. And it's really easy to find. Every steroid source, they're going to sell Deca. And, you know, one thing to note, guys, if you go in your gym and you talk to the older guys, the guys who are now in their 50s and 60s, or even older than Rick and I, who are pretty old ourselves. But if you talk to those older guys and you ask them, what is your favorite steroid of all time? Don't ask them like without knowing them, but like, let's say you get to know them over the course of a few months, you spot each other, you become buddies and stuff. Just bring up, what's your favorite steroid of all time? They'll say Deca. They won't say these other steroids. They'll say Deca. But the younger generation, they're not as into Deca as everyone else. Do you think that's true, Rick?
Well, Deca has some synergy. Like if you take Deca with testosterone, with Dianabol, it just makes everything nicer. I mean, I think that's a reason why a lot of guys like Deca, is because you notice when you just add some Deca to your cycle, everything is you're just going to grow. You're going to grow quite a bit. Now, one thing to mention about Deca is the two presentations that are out on the market now are nandrolone phenylpropanate and nandrolone decanoate. Phenylpropanate, you're going to get about 67 milligrams of nandrolone and about 43 milligrams of non-muscle building phenylpropanate ester. When it comes to nandrolone decanoate, you're going to get about 64 milligrams of nandrolone and about 46 milligrams of non-muscle building decanoate ester. The esters need to come off the steroid before your body can utilize them. And the esters are there to make the steroid oil soluble, and so that it takes it a little while longer to get out of the depot. So it's something to keep in mind, you know, when you're injecting 200 mgs of nandrolone decanoate, you're getting around 120, 130 real milligrams of nandrolone. Everything else is the ester. So one of the reasons nandrolone just seems maybe a little bit weaker than some other steroids in a stack, it's because it's got that long ester, which means you have a little bit less active ingredient. And that long ester in the decanoate preparation spreads out the steroid over weeks. So it doesn't hit you all at once. It does take a while to build up. It's one of the reasons also it's kind of known for being mild and for taking a little while to kick in.